In their first meeting, the DC Divas knocked quarterback Angela Baker out of the game that went on to hand the Passion their only loss of the season. Tonight, the rematch is being played out here in the West Hills of Pittsburgh. Hi, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Joe P. DeMichela Stadium here in Imperial, Pennsylvania. It's the Pittsburgh Passion against the vaunted DC Divas. I'm Chris Shublin. Jen Cairns is with me as always. The Divas are 2-1 with wins over the Passion and Tampa Bay. They dropped a 37-32 loss to Boston. Pittsburgh is now 4-1. And Jen, they're out to avenge the loss to DC, the only one.
Yeah, they absolutely are. I mean, things didn't go the Passion's way in DC a couple weekends ago, but they've made the adjustments they need to make, and they're ready tonight. A couple of players to pay special attention to is the quarterback Congialdi from DC. In just the 3 games they've played, she's racked up over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns with no interceptions. But she has yet to come up against this revamped Passion defense, especially number 33, Spencer, who has 5 INTs on the season and looks to disrupt the passing game tonight.
Yeah, let's hope she does it again. Of course, our pregame show is brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of power, a lot of punch to win this ball game tonight.
It is, but we're going to focus on the special teams. The special teams are going to be that critical third facet of the game, and particularly Frankie Miller needing to bring her best for those point-after attempts, and Jana Meister to pin them back deep every time she punts.
Absolutely. All right, now it's time for our In Motion Bodyworks official massage therapist of the Pittsburgh Passion pregame interviews. Let's bring number 42, Julie Ianta, into the scene first and foremost. Julie, let's talk about the matchup against the DC Divas tonight and how badly Pittsburgh wants this game.
We're definitely wanting the win today. We want to get it back. We played them our second game of the season, and we've improved a lot since then and grown as a team, I think. We're ready for them today on our turf this time.
So one of the things we also like to focus on is what people do off the field, those hidden talents. And one of the things we know about you is you might be the next American Idol with those vocal cords you got. What is it like to sing the national anthem in front of the home crowd here?
Oh, it's amazing. That's one of my favorite parts in sports is it's so patriotic, and it's just exciting to sing it before the game. And I love to sing, so it's great to do it in front of my teammates, get them pumped up before the game as well.
Let's get back out between the white lines right now, although you do have a beautiful singing voice. Let's talk about your play on the defensive line and how this Passion team has really improved defensively down through the weeks.
Yeah, we've, 3 shutouts in a row, I think, now. And hopefully the D-line will be a big part of it. Our secondary, everybody's really getting in there and stopping them. Hopefully we'll be able to get on through today and tire out their O-line and make it happen on the defense.
I know this will be a tough test. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is Julie Ianta, and right now we're going to bring in number 20 with us, and she, of course, is Ariel Smith. Ariel's been getting a lot of playing time for the Passion this season, and let's talk about your contributions and what it feels to be like out there at the snap of the football.
It's great. You get the ball, you just head to the green. It's just amazing. I never thought I'd be, playing football professionally for the Passion, but, getting reps in, make some good plays out there.
Obviously an athlete all your life. What other sports did you play that were translatable to what you're doing here now on the football field?
In high school, I ran track. I played powder puff football. I played basketball, cheerleading, so it's just in my blood. Even growing up, we played football on the concrete, tackle football on the concrete, so it's just there.
Maybe a little safer with the shoulder pads and helmet.
Yes, a lot safer.
It might feel like football on the concrete tonight. Your 2 teams are 2 of the toughest in all of women's professional football. It's going to be a heck of a matchup.
Yes, it is. We're ready. We've been practicing. We've got our O-line is great. Our receivers, just everybody on both sides of the ball. We're ready. We're ready to take it.
All right, going to be a great game tonight.
Yes,
Pittsburgh
sir.
Passion taking on the DC Divas. That's Ariel Smith. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Get back out there. Jen and I will come back. Kickoff is right around the corner again. Our pregame interviews are brought to you by In Motion Bodyworks, the official massage therapist of the Pittsburgh Passion.
Inputting is an extremely versatile to Pittsburgh native. She specializes in classical music, opera, jazz, and soul. She's the education director of the Business Festival Opera and the studio manager of Boom Concepts. She's here tonight with her husband, B.S. Kinsel, and daughter, Liberty. Please give your attention to Anquinique Kinsel. Oh.
gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Captains for the DC Divas. Number 74, Rebecca Worship. Number 2, Kiana Ford. Number 6, Amanda Congiali. And number 53.
Beautiful sunny night here in the West Hills of Pittsburgh for Pittsburgh Passion football. Passion come into the ball game, as we said, 4-1, and the DC Divas are 2-1 on the season. DC's loss came to Boston. Pittsburgh's came to DC. Nice night for a little vengeance.
Yeah, it's a really nice night out here. We were just talking about it's the first nice weather night we've had for the Passion football home crowd. They're out here in full force to try to cheer the Passion on to a vengeful victory.
Our coin toss tonight is being sponsored by These Angels Among Us. We're here for the fur kids and no kids left behind. Good crowd here tonight at Joe P. DeMichaelis Stadium in Imperial, Pennsylvania, the home of the West Allegheny Indians, typically the home of the Pittsburgh Passion for most of the 2019 season. Temperature just above 80 degrees. We're at 82 degrees, and we have some high, lofty clouds, blue skies above us, bright sunshine here in the early evening hours in Pittsburgh. The Passion, 3 times they went undefeated in their history and won the professional women's championship. Those years were 2007 and back-to-back years of 2014 and 15. Jen Cairns, you were on that 2007 club, and I know that had to be one exciting part of your life.
Yeah, you never forget that first championship. I know they went on to win 2 more back-to-back, which is so impressive. One of the few teams in the league to do that, and they're looking for their 4th national championship here this season.
Madeline Edwissel has the ball teed up, and DC will kick off to Pittsburgh. She has it lined up at the 35-yard line off to our right. Malarski and Rodriguez are back deep for Pittsburgh to receive. Everybody's ready. Entwistle's approach, and it'll be a pop-up, kicked short, and then muffed by Pittsburgh. The ball is loose, but then the Passion cover it up at around the 41-yard line.
At the
That punt or that kickoff fielded by Devin Connor intentionally kicked short away from Rodriguez and Malarski.
Pittsburgh will have the ball a little further upfield than they perhaps thought at the 41-yard line with that short kick. Angela Baker's been going at quarterback all season long because of the illness to Ebony Montgomery, who is still not cleared to play. Baker under center on the first snap from scrimmage. And the handoff, as they keep it on the ground, will come to Kia Foster, and Foster is run down from behind by Mara Lockard.
Brought down from behind by Mara Locker.
Short gain on the play, just a 2-yard pickup.
Second and 8.
Seeing some untraditional numbers out there on offense, including number 44, Kelly Bell, who's usually on the defensive side of the ball playing tackle.
Second down and 8 for Pittsburgh. The ball sitting at the 43-yard line. Jana Meister will split out wide to the left side. Ellie Malarski is to the right. 2 slot receivers to the right side. Crystal Kozo is the wide slot receiver, and Devin Connor is the tight slot catcher. Here is a pass. Baker sends it out into the right side flat. That's Connor making the catch and taking a couple of shots, bringing her down on the play, Courtney Smith.
Mara Lockhart looked like she was in on that too. Sea of white jerseys that just surrounded our Passion player.
Pittsburgh looking at 3rd down and 3. Here in this third play from scrimmage on a hot evening. Meister and Connor go to the left side. This time Malarski and Kozo come right. Foster's the single running back, and Baker goes into the pistol. Across the back of the set comes Connor in motion to the right. Baker, play fake, she's going to keep. Angela Baker looking for a block and tight roping the sideline on the near side. She steps to the 49-yard line. This will be close.
Angela Baker following the block of 34 Kiamisha Foster, trying to tiptoe along that white sideline to get the first down.
And she has it.
And it's enough.
We're going to spot her out at the 48-yard line, Jen, so she was able to push it forward on that block by Foster.
She exhibited some great patience trying to let Foster engage and then just skirted around her just enough for that first down.
Now Meister and Connor go to the left side. Kozo will be the wide out this time with Malarski in the slot, and Baker again goes pistol. Here's Malarski in motion to the left. And a quick out to Malarski. Ellie makes the catch. Nice little stop and go move, and Meister throwing the block around the left side corner to spring her upfield just a bit further. And she is ahead to the DC 43-yard line. Janiah Davis in there on the stop.
44-yard line. Gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4 is a nice first down number.
Second down, 6 yards to go from the 44-yard line. 3 receivers to the left this time, and Kozo will be the lone wide out to the right. Baker again in the gun on 2nd down and 6. Adjust Foster. And Baker is going to take off, and she'll have a Pittsburgh first down at the DC 36-yard line.
Angela Baker brought down by Jessica Johnson, but not until after she picks up the first down. DC completely unprepared for the QB draw.
That draw play froze the entire defense. No one knew which way it was going to go.
Beautifully
Looked like
executed.
she faked left and then right before she took off.
Just absolutely beautifully executed.
Three to the left this time, and Malarski comes out wide to the right side. Foster now splits out. It's an empty backfield. First down. Baker trying to throw a dart, and that slant looking for Kozo. Kozo claims she was interfered with, bumped, but it's incomplete and no flags down.
Jennifer King was the defensive back in on the coverage on Kozo there.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 11:16 to go. First possession of the ball game is Pittsburgh's, and they're on their first march at the DC 36-yard line. DC showing some heat from the left side. Here's Baker, and Baker loses the football. It squirts out, and DC has recovered inside of Pittsburgh territory at the 49-yard line. The Divas come up with a big play here, and they recover the fumble by Angela Baker, and on top of that football was Sierra Skeen.
It's an unfortunate turn of events. I mean, there's so much heat coming from the blind side, but ultimately Angela got caught by someone coming from her field of vision, looked to try to skirt around her, ball just popped loose.
Ball spotted right at the 50-yard line. DC will be in action now, moving right to left. Amanda Congialdi is their quarterback. Watch out for her. She's thrown for over 1,000 yards so far this season. Slots to both sides for Congialdi. Two-step drop, swing pass left. It's complete out to the near side. And taking the ball upfield will be Deja Scott.
Chasing her out of bounds was Diamond Rodriguez.
Pushed out of bounds at the 46. Gain of 4, second and 6.
Deja Scott, their leading ground gainer with 236 yards on the season. 7 touchdowns rushing, that time in a passing set. Now she's going to run the football, bouncing it out to the right side. She's able to get by Zabovic, and then she is rushed out over on that far side by Connor.
Zubo did a great job of getting penetration into the backfield, but just couldn't get to the ball carrier fast enough. Enough to make her slow down, stutter step around her for Connor to help.
3rd down and 5 now for DC. Congialdi will shift Scott to her left shoulder. Pittsburgh showing blitz on 3rd and 5. Congialdi might be changing up the play. She won't even take a drop back this time, and wings one out to the tight end left, and that ball is complete. And all the way down to the 25-yard line spins Casey Hilliard. That's her 5th reception on the year this year. The tight end has been tremendous for DC. Her 5th catch, and she has 3 touchdown receptions.
Yeah, she just came across the middle there, settled behind the defensive back right in the deep flat area, wide open, pitch and catch.
Stack slots to both sides. Congialdi takes the shotgun snap, throws out right side. This ball is complete. And the Passion stopped the drive down at the 20-yard line. Lexi Floor making the stop or the catch on the play that time.
I believe that was maybe Crystal Kozo out there, one of the veteran players.
Kozo and Connor playing on both sides of the ball tonight, receiver and on the defensive side. 2nd down and 4 for the Divas. No score in the ball game. Little crossbuck action, and the Passion wiped that out. Julie Ianta came in there and decked the running back, Curtina Pope, and she didn't have a chance on that play.
Julie Ianta snuffed that out very quickly. Great play, Julie.
And the crowd screaming, Juju. Julie Ianta on the stop. She was our pregame guest, one of them, here tonight, along with Ariel Smith. It's 3rd down and almost 9 to go for DC, and they're backing up. Congialdi again barking the count. This time she'll take a 2-step drop, pumps and gets decked on the play, and the ball comes squirting out, and Pittsburgh gets a turnover on a big hit there by Fatima Willis.
Fatima Willis just came in, and Congialdi had no idea what hit her. She's lucky that that ball was blown dead. That was quite a collision.
They're going to rule it no turnover. It was an incomplete pass. They're going to rule that a forward pass. And Willis gets a quarterback hurry on the play. Now it's 4th down and 9. DC still with possession of the football.
We don't have replay to look at that one, but look like a turnover to me. I'm a little biased, though.
See if Congialdi can shake that off. She was hit hard by Willis. 2-back protection this time. Congialdi, swing pass right, and it's incomplete. Intended for Deja Scott, thrown too far in front of her, and the DC Divas will turn the ball over on downs to Pittsburgh.
It's a huge defensive stand there. You know, excellent execution there with your back pinned up against your own goal line there. Now the offense needs to come out there and respond. Give your defense some rest, move those chains the way they were doing before the unfortunate turnover by Baker. Show DC you're here to play.
Pittsburgh has it at the 24-yard line, 1st down and 10. Meister goes left this time with Malarski and Kozo to the right side. Connor will stay in as an H-back this time. Here's Baker getting the snap, and the give will go to Kia Foster. She is stacked up and finally runs right into Jasmine Claggett.
The Diva player losing a shoe on that play. It just seemed like that play collapsed very early. As soon as the ball was in Foster's gut, she had nowhere to go.
Tara Mason got a little bit of assistance there, or provided a little bit of assistance to Claggett on that tackle. It's 2nd down. Pittsburgh loses a yard, 2nd and 11. 7:08 to go, 1st quarter. Defensive struggle so far in this ball game. Baker throws right, and that ball is going to be caught, and that's Connor fielding it at the 29-yard line, and immediately whipped down on the play by Kucheria Eads.
Dropped down close to the 30-yard line by Kucheria.
And I think I heard the crowd yell happy birthday to number 90, so that looks like that is Ashley Campbell.
All right, we'll concur. 3rd down and 5 now for Pittsburgh. Boy, the defenses have come to play, haven't they?
They have.
Baker's going to slide 3 of her receivers to the left side. And again, a low snap. Baker able to control it. She'll pick it up and make a mad dash back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Notice that on this set, Ariel Smith is playing in the backfield right now. Smith, another one of our pregame show interviews, brought to you by In Motion Body Works, the official massage therapist of the Pittsburgh Passion. Smith has 76 yards this year so far and 2 touchdowns.
This is where we're going to need Gianna Meister to come up big. Get all of her leg underneath this one.
Our 1st quarter brought to you by Aid Nation. Maximum absorption for super hydration. Meister. Yeah, she spirals a nice kick, Jen. You absolutely call that one. It'll bounce at the 37, picked up on the hop by Scott in the return.
In the back.
And here come the flags. You saw it. And Deja Scott finally gets tumbled down, but they're going to bring this one back a little further.
Yeah, trying to see which number there took a pretty nasty hit. Unfriendly block in the back. That might be Connor there, 55, who just got lit up inappropriately.
On the return, DC, number 4, block in the back. 10 yards from the flag.
Penalty is charged to Deja Scott.
The Divas will start at the 35-yard line.
5:10 left, 1st period of play, still no score. Divas ball now at the 35-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Seems like Passion are short personnel. Here comes Randy Murray running into the game.
Wideouts to both sides now for DC. They have a tight slot right. Congialdi wants to go up top. Little sidearm fling. Scott makes the catch, and Scott tries to make a cutback move. It is tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Niedermeyer came in there and brought her down after she was squeezed back in. And Diamond Rodriguez was there with a hit.
I think Diamond Rodriguez got the shoelaces and Niedermeyer helped finish her off.
About a half-yard loss for DC. Scott gets the handoff, and Caitlin Niedermeyer again grabs her around the belt loops and brings her down.
Niedermeyer and Campbell in on there.
Niedermeyer, Campbell, and Zabovic all on the stop. 3rd down and 10.
It's going to be 3rd down and more than 10 now for the ladies from the nation's capital. Pittsburgh again showing blitz and now backing off. Congialdi grabs the snap. She's going to chuck one long to the near side, and that ball is incomplete. Both players went up and fought each other off. Lexi Floor was the intended receiver. Rebecca Airgood defensing the play nicely.
Very great defensive play by Rebecca Airgood, maintaining contact all the way down the field, turning her head just as the receiver did to try to look for the ball. Nice turnover on downs.
Ashley Clark is on to punt now for DC on 4th down and 10 plus. Pittsburgh hoping to flip the field here with a good return. Rodriguez and Malarski are back. They're good returners. This one is angled for Rodriguez. Catches it on the fly. Gets a block from Malarski and sprung to the near side. Another block from Airgood. But this time Rodriguez unable to use that second block, and she'll be collared back at the 38-yard line. And in on the stop for DC is Janiyah Davis.
Malarski doing a very good job to even let Rodriguez break loose and try to go to the opposite sideline there. It's just she ran into a sea of white jerseys, also trailing.
Thank you. Pittsburgh takes over with 3 minutes, 43 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. The score, DC 0, Pittsburgh 0. Defensive struggle going on here tonight in Pittsburgh with 2 high-scoring ball clubs out on the field.
Yeah, DC is averaging, 52 points a game. And Pittsburgh Passion averaging 35 points a game.
There's Ariel Smith off the left side, and Smith runs right into Jasmine Claggett once again. DC, Jen, is coming off a 71-30 win over Tampa Bay in their last game, but that was back on May 4th. Pittsburgh, of course, has been pitching shutouts 3 weeks in a row. Passion blanked Grand Rapids 53-0, beat Baltimore 34-0, and then clobbered Cleveland last week on the road 40-0. And we expected a tighter ball game between Pittsburgh and Cleveland last week, considering the Passion had to eke one out in the first game of the season, 26-20 over Cleveland. But this is a Passion club that continues to improve as the season goes on.
I mean, you're seeing that as more reps and more opportunities for these younger players to step up, they just continue to get better and better, as evidenced by that second game against Cleveland.
There's Baker tucking it in, and she got tossed around by Whitney Sims on the takedown.
Flung down by Whitney Sims.
Sims, one of their leading tacklers.
Passion moved back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
Baker will come and talk with the coaches, including co-head coach Lisa Horton. She and Teresa Kahn, the 2 head coaches here with Pittsburgh. You wonder how Lisa is feeling on that sideline. Has she been itchy to get in there at all?
I'm sure she has been. Everybody feels that way when they step away from the field, especially that first year.
One of the all-time greats in women's professional football history. Of course, the greatest quarterback in Pittsburgh. Here's Baker throwing downfield to Kozo. She makes the grab in traffic. And Kozo fighting off defenders all the way down to the 32-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh. On the tackle, Jessica Johnson and Janiah Davis, but Kozo grabbed that one and ran.
Janiah Davis and Jessica Johnson were just being tussled with. You know, Crystal Kozo showing just the fierceness that she has, especially after that ball gets in her hands. Tremendous jobs fighting off those two, you know, veteran and proven defenders like they were rookies.
26-yard pass play, Baker to Kozo. 1:26 to go, clock ticking away here in the first period of play, no score. Pittsburgh on the march now, first down and 10 from the 34. Here's a give to Ariel Smith, and the sweep to the right side is finished off by Alina Markle.
Looked like she had some help initially by Trueheart. Whoops, Sierra Steed. So Sierra Skeen, 90. I went 80. Hard to see those numbers from up here.
Loss of 3. Second down and long.
Passion lose about 2.5. It'll be second down, a little more than 12 for Pittsburgh. Ball sits at the 37-yard line, right between the two hash marks. Jana Meister to the left with Devin Connor in the slot. Crystal Kozo's the slot receiver to the right side with Malarski the wideout. Ariel Smith stays in at running back, slides in motion into the formation. Here's Baker under pressure, throws. Smith tried to spin around and grab that ball out of the air and could not bring it down. It goes incomplete. Jessica Johnson was the closest defender on the play.
Yeah, Ariel Smith would like to have that one back. She was an open field, a catchable ball.
That'll stop the clock with 29 ticks left. Here in the first quarter of play. Defensive battle going on here in the West Hills of Pittsburgh tonight. Chris Shovlin with Jennifer Cairns, former Pittsburgh Passion star, here on Passion TV. Our first quarter brought to you by Aid Nation. Maximum absorption for super hydration. Baker sends Connor across the back of the set. Roll to the right. Has blocking in time and throws downfield, complete on the sideline. Malarski makes the catch and then takes a hard shot after the ball is grabbed in, and she'll be at the 29-yard line for a big gain there.
Looks like it was Kucheria Eads who was the defensive player in on the tackle.
Eads roughed her up a little bit after that catch.
Correction, fourth down.
Fourth down and 5 now for Pittsburgh. But before we get another play, we'll take a timeout. That's the end of one quarter here at Joe P. DeMichela Stadium in Imperial, Pennsylvania. After one period, the Passion, how about this, Jen? They're pitching another shutout, but there's no score on the board. It's DC nothing, Pittsburgh nothing.
Well, they just acquired their 50th shutout last week. Maybe they're going to come home with their 51st.
We'll take a timeout. You're watching Pittsburgh Passion Television.
Silver Sports, UPMC Sports Medicine, Super Donuts, Aid Nation, Post-Acute Medical, and In Motion Body Works. Thank you for your support of Pittsburgh Passion football.
Kelsey, do you got water?
Getting ready for the start of the second quarter here in Imperial tonight. Chris Shovlin with Jennifer Cairns. Second period is brought to you by Green Tree Sportsplex and Fitness Center, the official indoor home of the Pittsburgh Passion. Sam Simeone and Lauren Ferragonio, they didn't want to wait. They were out there on the field between the quarters. They said, come on, let's get it going.
Yeah, in a game like this, they want that first down.
Right now, Pittsburgh looking at fourth down and 5. This is Kozo across the back of the set. Baker throws downfield. The ball is caught. It should be a first down for Pittsburgh. That hit was made a little bit early as Meister hauled the ball in with Michelle Palmer hanging on her. No flags are down, but it is a first down for the Passion.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I was, if she doesn't come down with that ball, I totally expected to see a flag regardless because Michelle Palmer got there before the ball was delivered. She was on her back.
First down at the DC 23-yard line. Ariel Smith playing at tailback right now for Pittsburgh. She'll stay in. She gets the handoff and makes a nice cut to the 20. Smith tucking that ball in to the crouch of her elbow. Run out of bounds near the 17-yard line.
Ariel Smith doing a great job skirting through some of that early traffic she hit as soon as the ball hit her gut, and then finding her way to the sideline for a 5-yard gain.
Second down and 5 now for Pittsburgh as the Passion break the huddle. Meister is the single receiver to the left. Smith empties the backfield now as Baker sends her in motion. And Angela floats one right side to Connor. It's complete. Pittsburgh picks up a couple of other precious yards as they move a little bit deeper into the Silver Sports Silver Zone. Silver Sport keeping sports clean. They're down to the 15-yard line, just inside the 15.
Passion taking advantage of that defensive formation, letting Foster just float out there into the flat where she's wide open. Makes a nice catch.
Third down and 2 for Pittsburgh. Ball sitting inside the 15. Pittsburgh using an H-back in this set. And Kia Foster is going to run the football. And Foster trying to pound it forward for the first down. This, again, is going to be close down near the 13-yard line. They had Fanika Payne in to play H-back that time, an extra blocker.
They're going to say she was shy on the play. This is a hard team to run up the middle against.
It's fourth down and less than a yard.
Well, they have the ball spotted at the 13, just outside the 13. Pittsburgh needs to go just inside the 13 to get the first down. It's less than a full yard to go. Fourth down in the Silver Sports Silver Zone. 4 receivers this time with Foster running. DC might have jumped a little early. Option pitch. Foster dribbles it, picks it up, loses it again, and then drops down on top of the football at the 17-yard line for a loss of 4. I thought for sure DC might have jumped.
Yeah, I mean, I love and respect our referees, but I think those are 3 calls so far this game that have been missed. The turnover, it was ruled an incomplete pass. Pass interference just happened on the last set of downs, and right now it was clear that they were offsides.
So goose eggs remain on both sides of the scoreboard here with 11:52 to go on a warm evening here in Pittsburgh tonight. We're in the second period of play. DC will take over on downs. They'll have the football starting at its own 13-yard line. Our second quarter brought to you by Green Tree Sportsplex and Fitness Center, the official indoor home of the Pittsburgh Passion. Amanda Colanciadi goes back to work at quarterback. Toss sweep, Deja Scott with the ball. Scott hit by Diamond Rodriguez out at the 20-yard line.
Lasso down by Diamond Rodriguez.
It's a pickup of about 3.
3-yard gain on the play, second down.
Second down and 7 to go now for DC. Scott again. Little stop and go move. Scott trying to slice off the left side of the line, picks up running room out to the 23.
Tackled by Zabovic.
Kim Zabovic was there. Met her for the Pittsburgh Passion.
Yeah, we talked about the number of shutouts the Passion have had over their history, 50. Zubo's been there for the majority of them, longtime veteran and leader of this defensive squad.
Not quite sure, but we think all of them, right?
Almost all, I would think, yes. Because those first 2 years, we weren't really shutting out many teams.
Congialdi trying to float one over to the left side in the flat to Deja Scott. It goes incomplete. And again, coverage by Diamond Rodriguez. And that's a quick 3 and out for DC here, John.
It's a big, big defensive statement there by this Passion defense.
Ashley Clark on the punt. Rodriguez and Malarski will go back deep.
DC will punt. Ashley Clark standing near her 11-yard line. Diamond Rodriguez and Ellie Malarski are back deep to receive for Pittsburgh beyond the midfield stripe. Penalty flag. As the punt gets past Rodriguez, it keeps tumbling all the way to the Pittsburgh 31-yard line.
It's a shame. I mean, a very nice punt. A shame that Rodriguez couldn't get underneath that, but we'll see what the flag reveals.
DC will be penalized, so Pittsburgh catches a break here.
Yes.
Illegal procedures on Washington, and the DC Divas will be backed up.
Malarski and Rodriguez. Sorry to interrupt you there. I was just noticing that Malarski and Rodriguez now have the sun in their eyes.
Could have played a factor in that last kick, too.
Mm-hmm.
So now Clark is standing at her 6, awaiting the snap. She'll pop this one up into the air, and it won't travel downfield at all. She shakes it out of bounds, and it goes out at the 22-yard line.
Talk about breaks. I mean, that kick went straight up in the air. I mean, you can even see by her body language, she's just embarrassed by where that ball went. Football gods, you know, looking down nicely on the Passion, maybe for some of those missed flags.
First down and 10 for Pittsburgh now with 10.5 to go here in the second period of play. No score between the DC Divas and the Pittsburgh Passion. Pittsburgh trying to jump on DC now with a golden opportunity here. First down and 10 from the 22. Malarski and Meister are the wideouts. Right and left. New running back in is Lakeitha Barrett. And
Speed to the
we're going to see her
outside.
run on her first snap of the game, and she gets roped up and tossed down by Jennifer King in the backfield.
Lakeisha Barrett there, I think, got a little nervous with Jennifer King coming towards her, but she clearly had the speed match won, and she just needed to keep cutting to the outside. Hopefully now she's got that first snap under her belt. She won't second guess herself.
Loss of 3 on the rush play. Second down, 13 to go for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh will get into the same formation. The extra slot receiver is Fanika Payne. Here's Baker. Payne, the intended receiver, off of her fingertips and incomplete. It'll be third down and 13.
Angela Baker, that ball was just a little short, underthrown to her back there.
Barrett checks out. Smith back in to play running back for Pittsburgh now. Third down and 13 to go from the 25. No score in this ball game. 9.5 minutes left, second quarter. Baker, a low snap, handles it. Rolls left. Has time to throw downfield. It'll be incomplete. Kozo put her hands up, tried to grab it, and could not come down with it. As a matter of fact, the Passion had Jana Meister on the sideline a couple of yards further downfield.
Yeah, you had Meister being guarded by Janiyah Davis, and you had Kozo being guarded by Jennifer King.
Jennifer King and Janiyah Davis, respectively. Fourth down.
Big play coming up here. Pittsburgh deep in DC territory. They have it 4th down and 13 from the 25.
What's impressive about what's going on so far in this game is that DC is not, seemingly that I've noticed, playing anyone on both sides of the ball, while the Passion are in this heat and are still holding their own on both sides of the ball.
And they're wearing the dark uniforms too, which makes the sun a little more intense.
Absolutely.
Here we go, 4th down, 13 yards to go. Pittsburgh needs to get down near the 12-yard line to get a first down. Baker in trouble, finds some green. And Angela gets tripped up from behind on the play. And a great play that time defensively for DC. And now a late flag comes out after the tackle.
It's unsportsmanlike, but I'm not sure which one did it. I wasn't paying attention.
Brought down.
Not sure if that was Carolyn Lewis who made the tackle or not. Her jersey's rolled up on her backside number.
Mara Lockard with the stop.
Oh, they're going to say that was Mara Lockard, 35, with the stop.
Still discussing the penalty, but both teams have put their other personnel on the field. It's an odd call, and I mean, I'm assuming they're thinking Angela Baker took extra time getting up, you know, after she's taken out. You would have thought it's...
It's going to put the Divas at their own 28-yard line, and they'll have the ball. 9:17 left. Second quarter of play. High snap. Congialdi fields it, sends it out right side. That ball is completed to Shaquanda Gainey. And Gainey was slowed down by Connor until the cavalry could come.
Yeah, Connor slowed her down. Koza finished her off. Because the ball carrier was sort of held in place, Koza was able to deliver a very hard hit.
Gain of 5 by DC, however. 2nd down and 5 now for the Divas. They're going to run it on the sweep to the left. Gainey carry the football. Gainey with a nice cut upfield picks up about 2 out to the 35-yard line. A host of tacklers for Pittsburgh in there. Niedermeyer was the last one out of the pile. Frankie Kilmer credited with a hit.
3rd down and 3.
It was just a nice slide of black jerseys, not to be caught up with any of the white jerseys trying to lay hard blocks on them. Keep the ball carrier in the backfield.
This is Scott. Scott is going to be stacked up. Frankie Kilmer again was there with some help.
Is 1 yard short.
Kilmer supplied the help. Niedermeyer made the initial contact.
They look like they're going for it.
Oh, big gamble here deep in their own territory. 4th down and 1.5 yards to go for DC. Congialdi looking over the defense. Pittsburgh playing tight to the line. Congialdi's going to run the sweep. She'll try to turn it, and she'll have the first down.
Amanda Congialdi picks up the first down.
Squirting out to the left side and then tiptoeing her way out of bounds to safety. And she'll pick up the first down at the 40-yard line, and the Divas keep possession of the ball.
One of the few times we've seen, probably the only time this game, but I think few times ever thus far this season, seeing Congialdi take off and run with the ball.
Congialdi back to throw again. Scott off her fingertips, and Scott must have felt Diamond Rodriguez breathing in.
Diamond Rodriguez is coming in hard and fast, ready to lay her out if she roped that ball in.
You know, you had mentioned Amanda Congialdi, you don't expect her to run. She is first pass all the time. She's thrown for over 1,000 yards
In just
this
3
season
games.
already.
3 games.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't expect her to take off, and she did that time in full Pittsburgh. Right now, the Passion hunkering down on defense. DC with a 2nd down and 10. Congialdi runs the option. The late pitch goes to Scott, and Scott is going to be knocked out of bounds on the near side of the Passion side of the field. And it was Devin Connor helping her to the boundary line.
Tanisha Spencer got there in the backfield first, made initial contact. You know, one of the other keys of this game, Chris, is that whoever makes first contact with the ball carrier, it just needs to bring them down. Tanisha did a great job of slowing her down, but that would have been for a loss if she could just wrap her up.
How about the season Tanisha Spencer is having with 5 interceptions?
She is, you know, and we're hoping she gets a 6th tonight and gives Congialdi her first INT in 2019.
Lexi Flora comes in motion from the left side. Swing pass, Scott makes the catch. There's Rodriguez in the chase. Tanisha Spencer will track her down and run her down over on the far side of play at the 46-yard line, far shy of the stick.
Well, it's 4th down again now. It's a little more than the 1 yard that they had to make up the last set of downs, but it looks like Congialdi is staying out there and they're going to go for it again.
EC offensively feeling confident. They think they can push Pittsburgh back. Let's see. Congialdi. 2 protectors in this time with a running back behind her. And Deja Scott. And they're going to run that sweep. And they'll get the first down and much, much more. And taking off downfield on the fly is going to be Shaquanda Gainey, and she's off to the races for a touchdown from 54 yards away on a 4th down play.
Jet sweep play that the black jerseys just weren't able to get to, and then after she turned in 2nd gear, she was off to the races all the way to the end zone.
So the scoreless game snapped by DC, and they lead it 6-0 on that 54-yard run by Shaquanda Gainey on 4th down.
The extra point. Holding is Congialdi. Snapping is Melissa.
Madeline Entwistle is on to kick the point after. Congialdi is the holder. Placement is down, kick is on its way, it's up and off to the left, no good. So the score will remain DC 6, Pittsburgh nothing with 5 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the first half of play. Jen, how big could that extra point miss be?
That extra point miss could be huge. I mean, this is a club, these are clubs that are known to go punch for punch and take things to the wire, and every point counts. Let's hope that the Passion can come back on the field, get some points on the board themselves.
Timeout on the field, 5:25 to go here in the second period of play. It's DC 6, Pittsburgh nothing. You're watching Pittsburgh Passion Television.
Shade overtaking all the field right now on both sidelines. It's got to feel good for a second.
Temperature is not supposed to drop all that much this evening. We came in here with an 82-degree temperature at kickoff time, and now the kick will come out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty on Entwistle. I don't think she was trying to boot an onside kick, but she was trying to send it to the wings away from the receivers and the return people for Pittsburgh because they are so talented.
Yeah, and it worked for them in the first kickoff, right? It bounced off of Connor's chest. They're just trying to get it into those players' hands who aren't used to fielding the punts and could maybe result in a turnover for the DC Divas.
Pittsburgh may just want to take it upfield.
First time. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to visit the merchandise booth where you'll find Passion t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, jerseys, bags, and more. Merchandise will be available through the end of the third quarter. And while you're at it,
Well, after a discussion, Pittsburgh will end up with the football at its own 42-yard line. And they'll get the offense back out on the field with 5:25 left here in the second period of play. Trailing for the first time tonight. This is the first time in about a month that they've been scored upon.
That's true.
There's a run play by Kia Foster, and Foster is knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. And that was Jasmine Claggett once again.
Backfield by Jasmine Claggett.
Claggett and Tara Mason are a terrific 1-2 punch on the line for DC.
I mean, they're just very, big presence on the field. They're able to stuff a gap.
Second down and 11 after a loss of 1. Wlarski and Kozo go right, Connor and Meister to the left. Baker turns and whispers something to Kia Foster. Blitz is coming. DC showing it. Baker. Everybody picks it up. Angela throws over the middle. It's complete to Connor. She bounces off the defender and breaks through. And there she goes. Devin Connor with a catch and run. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Devin Connor did a heck of a job coming down with that ball, then holding on to it as she got fouled from behind. And then she's dragging DC defender with her for a few more yards, so she finally breaks free and finds Pater in the end zone. Tough as nails, Devin Connor, 6-6 ball game.
69-yard pass play. And Baker throwing that with a blitz coming. Connor making the snare out of the air and taking a couple of hits and bouncing off. And then taking off.
Frankie Kilmer will attempt the extra point. Snapping is Karen.
Passion trying to go for the lead here as Frankie Kilmer will have the point after a kick. It's on its way. It is up. It is strong. It is through the post. And Pittsburgh takes a 7-6 lead over DC with 4:23 left in the second period of play.
We talked about those special teams, that third facet of the game being key to victory here, and Frankie Kilmer needed to bring her best game, and so far, she's delivered.
You're watching Pittsburgh Passion TV. Well, Jan, I know we have a lot of football to play, but that is a candidate for our SWGR Athletics play of the game because it's been the best one we've seen so far tonight.
It has, and that is Angela Baker's 15th touchdown for the 2019 season. I believe that's Connor's maybe first pass touchdown, but we'll have Nate confirm that for us.
Here's the kickoff. DC with a return. Gainey, she's dangerous, and this time she gets knocked down hard over on the far side of play. A whole host of Passion special teamers over there. Kaylee Boughton was there. Ashley DeSico was there. Diamond Rodriguez as well. The lights on now here at DeMichaela Stadium in Imperial. As the sun beginning to set off to the west, some heavier clouds coming over us. A beautiful night for football here in the springtime in Pittsburgh. And right now, a beautiful score on the board with the Passion leading 7-6 over DC.
Go, defense! Stay with it! Let's go!
Gangialdi brings her club up to the line. It is first down and 10 for the Divas. Flag flies. Throw over the middle. This one's going to be caught by the tight end, and she will take off running for the end zone. That's Kentrina Wilson. But remember, there's a flag down. And they're going to bring this one back to the line of scrimmage.
That touchdown is coming.
That would have been a 65-yard touchdown, but they had too many people in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lucky break here for the Pittsburgh Passion. It doesn't negate the fact that there was some breakdown in tackling there. And as long as they're out there talking to one another, I'm sure they're going to tighten things up for this next play.
Five-yard penalty pushes them to the 30-yard line. First down and 15 for DC. 4:04 to go, second quarter. Passion with a 7-6 lead over the DC Divas. Pittsburgh trying to avenge its only loss of the season. Dana Blakely is out wide to the right side for DC. Congialdi looking the other way, lets one fly down the left side. And this one again is going to be hooked out of the air by Casey Hilliard. And Hilliard brings it down for the first down.
Rebecca Aragood, I think, was out on the coverage that time.
Another flag. Illegal receiver downfield against DC. So that one cost them again.
You know, they're trying to take advantage of a size mismatch over there, Aragood.
Now first and long just became first down and even longer.
5 yards tacked on, and that pushes the ball back to the 25-yard line, and DC has called a timeout. Second period is brought to you tonight by Green Tree Sportsplex and Fitness Center, the official indoor home of the Pittsburgh Passion. Chris Shublin with Jennifer Cairns. It's Pittsburgh 7, DC 6. This is Pittsburgh Passion TV.
You know, if you're the coaches, you're out there talking to your defensive back core, saying, you know, she's going to air it out. You know, she's going to try to take care of mismatches. So if you're the free safety, maybe slide over to where you see those size mismatches happening. That's not to underestimate the smaller player out there, of which I was one. She just needs to well-time her jump, of which she's quite capable and has shown us many times she can.
As DC comes out of the timeout, it's going to be first down at 20. Congialdi will look for Blakely this time. She'll make the catch. And Blakely is tracked down at the 30-yard line after about a 6-yard pickup on the pass play.
They're going to come to the line quickly here.
Make that the 32 by Hannah Damon.
Hannah Damon making the stop on the play that time. It's a 7-yard pickup.
You got that matchup over on the right. And they're isolating her.
Long throw downfield, and it goes incomplete. And that time, Congialdi just put one up way too high for Katrina Wilson.
Yeah, but I mean, you could see that setting itself up there. I mean, they have Katrina Wilson matched up against Aragood again. Then they shift into motion to isolate Aragood in that matchup over there. Our 33, Tanisha Spencer, needs to know that's where she needs to start shading over to help.
Third and 13 now for DC. Scott out of the backfield. Rodriguez forces her to Aragood on the far side, and they bring her down.
Rodriguez doing a nice job meeting her initially, engaging with her, and then letting Aragood just come in and finish her off. Nice tag team there.
3-yard pickup, fourth down and 10, and DC will punt the football away. Remember, Ashley Clark's last punt was popped straight up into the air. They gave Pittsburgh a golden opportunity, but they could not cash in. This time Clark kicks it into the ground.
And
It's
they
going to be
touched
touched
it.
by Pittsburgh and then grabbed by DC. And the Divas will end up with a first down after all of that, as Madeline Entwistle came up with a football after the Passion had touched it.
It's hard in that scenario to stay away and not try to field the ball that played right into DC's hands. An unfortunate turn of events after a strong defensive stand, and those girls needing a breather.
So DC comes up with a break. 2:22 to go, second period. Passion with a 7-6 lead. DC with the ball back off of a special teams miscue. Katina Pope comes into the backfield now. Congialdi chased by Niedermeyer, flushed. Congialdi saves herself and runs out of bounds over on the far side of play.
Congialdi runs out of the pocket. Steps out of the 46.
Seems like we got some weather shifting here. I thought it looked a little darker than just the sun going behind the clouds. We've got some really storm-looking clouds rolling in and the wind picking up. Might be a wet second half here.
See, in the map that I looked at before the game, it didn't look like it was going to come this way, and all of a sudden it has. And the wind is really whipping.
But it's to Congialdi's back, so that could help her.
Congialdi's going to wind up.
Oh, come on.
They just miss her. And Congialdi has green in front of her until Devin Connor slides underneath her instead of trying to hit her. And she'll flush her to the near side of the 40-yard line. It's going to be a DC first down, though. I thought Julie Ianta might have had her deep in the backfield that time, but Ianta just couldn't make the grab on the QB.
Yeah, and then Congialdi gave a little sort of pitch fake there to Zubo that Zubo had to try to guard against. It was just enough to give her a step on Zubo.
1:28 left. First half of play. Pittsburgh with a 1-point lead. The wind picking up. All of a sudden, the weather starting to threaten here after a beautiful sunshiny night.
Oh.
And the pass goes incomplete. Intended for Katrina Wilson. Hannah Damon was back deep with Connor to defense the play, and that ball came right between the two of them.
Yeah, and you had, an opportunity to turn over that ball there. It was a very risky throw. Katrina Wilson, though, becoming Congialdi's favorite target in these late minutes of the first half, and again, matching up over there on the weak side.
Slots to both sides. Congialdi's going to run this one.
Get her.
And they did get her over on that far side of play.
Congialdi brought down by Rodriguez.
Rodriguez was there.
They're going to stop the clock.
That'll be DC's second timeout of the first half. So with the score, Pittsburgh 7 and the DC Divas 6, will take a timeout. You're watching Pittsburgh Passion TV. Now the rain is starting to come down after the timeouts. And the stadium announcer here made the announcement there is a powerful storm cell that's passing over us right now. It's not supposed to last very long, but don't tell that to the crowd. They're scrambling. Here's the throw by Congialdi over to the left side, and that ball is dropped over at the 35-yard line. Intended by Lexi Floor. And she could not bring it in, and now DC again is looking at 4th down and 8.
Rain is coming down forcefully and at a sharp angle. It's a crazy weather pattern right now.
You can still see the sun shining in the distance, but not right over this ballpark. Congialdi winds up, throws out to the left, and a square out catch is made for another first down for the DC Divas.
Again, it's that matchup of Katrina Wilson and Airgood.
29-yard line. First down, DC.
And Trina Wilson making that grab. It's first down and 10, DC. 54 seconds left before halftime. Rain falling now at Deep Michaela Stadium. Congialdi, flick of the wrist, pass to Scott. Scott makes the grab, breaks a tackle by Connor, and then is dragged out of bounds over on the near side by Crystal Kozo.
She's out of bounds just in front of the 20-yard line. Brought down by Kozo.
Now all of a sudden a soaking rain is coming down.
I don't want to close the windows.
45 seconds left in the half. We're watching this storm cloud over us right now. It doesn't look like it's going to last more than 10 minutes, the way the wind is blowing.
Just enough to make a dramatic close to this first half.
Congialdi winds up, throws end zone, and the ball is going to be caught for a touchdown by Lexi Floor.
Congialdi's pass to the end zone is complete.
It's a pretty acrobatic catch. It was in the middle of two black jerseys, all three of them fighting for the ball, but white jersey comes down with it in the end.
28 yards, the touchdown by Lexi Floor from Amanda Congialdi, and DC powers its way back into the lead. They're up 12-7 over Pittsburgh with 37 seconds left here in the second period of play. The Divas will go for two after missing the first extra point kick after their first touchdown.
Go defense!
It's going to be a run play to the left side. Hannah Damon makes the tackle on the running back, Whitney Sims.
Goes to Whitney Sims.
So no conversion. And with 37 seconds left here in the second quarter, the Divas still hold the lead. They're up 12-7. The score stays the same.
Just like that, the rain is done.
Good.
I mean, it's crazy. For those who have been to Florida, it was one of those like Florida dumps, and then it's like God turned off the faucet. Few Passion faithful remain in the stands with everything from seat cushions to jackets over their heads, trying to will the Passion to one final score in the remaining 37 seconds of this first half.
DC sees the ball blow off the tee before they can even break their huddle. Skies out to the west of us are already starting to clear just a tad, but don't tell that to the folks who just ran to the parking lot.
Make it work, let's go!
The rain is backed off. And again, the ball blows off the tee. Madeline Edwis will have to have somebody hold. And that somebody's going to be Ashley Clark. It'll be a short bouncing kick. Malarski trying to grab it and does so. Tries to cut against the grain, and this time she's going to be wrapped up and tossed down as whistles blow.
Takes the kick.
Michelle Palmer was there. Also backing coverage, Mara Lockhart.
By Mara Lockhart and
Kachira Eads was there as well.
It's 1st and 10 Pittsburgh from the 27. Just over
All right,
30 seconds to play.
a half minute to go here in the second quarter. And Pittsburgh is trailing now, 12-7. Are they going to wind up and throw long, or are they going to be conservative here, in your opinion?
I gotta think they're going to go for it. I mean, this is a team that, you know, they don't like being behind going into the locker room. This is an offense that's capable of scoring quickly.
Sprinkles still falling now. The rain was intense for a while there, and it's calmed quite a bit. Wind is still kicking up, though, and Baker's throwing into it, if she can. And she will, and Kozo just bats that one down. That one was up for grabs, and here comes the waterworks again.
And I thought I might have seen a flash of lightning, but I'm not sure.
And now the rain is really coming down here with 23 seconds left in the period. Angela Baker will go under center with an eye backfield behind her this time on 2nd down and 10. Kia Foster with the ball. Foster springs to the outside. And Kia Foster is dragged down after a gain of about 8.
Tackle by Johnson.
12 seconds left in the second period. Pittsburgh calls timeout.
Lots of whistles. I don't know if they're trying to get them back into the huddle or whether they're trying to signal lightning.
12 ticks left, second period of play. Pittsburgh with the ball, 3rd down and 1. From their own 36-yard line. Baker will give, Foster will run. And Kia Foster has the ball squared loose, and fortunately the Passion will recover it back at the 35-yard line.
It's recovered by the Passion.
4 seconds in the half.
Jana Meister came up with the recovery, and you're right, 4 seconds left. This will be the last play of the half.
And that's the end of the first half.
And now they're going to run the clock, and that will end the first half of play. Unfortunately, the players get to go into the locker room.
Yeah, and hopefully some of our camera crew that's out there, you look across the way and you just feel for the fact that they're out there in these elements, but they're sure to get the shots of every crucial play, so we're very thankful to them.
And the rain keeps coming down, but now the sunlight is coming back up, and it's getting brighter here again.
Yeah, it's just crazy what's going on right now, and we're in the safety of cover, so it's a beautiful thing to watch, but it's a whole different experience for those out there in the stand in the field.
All right, we'll get back to you at halftime. Again, it is the DC Divas at the half, 12-7 over the Pittsburgh Passion here in the Women's Football Alliance and on Pittsburgh Passion Television. More to come. The DC Divas have a 12-7 lead over the Pittsburgh Passion. DC actually won the opening coin toss, which was sponsored tonight by these Angels Among Us. They deferred to the second half, so they'll have the first touch of the ball, and Pittsburgh will kick off to them. Frankie Kilmer will have the honors from the 35-yard line. Kilmer, a short chop, straight forward to Jennifer King, who covers the onside kick. And DC will have excellent field position. They'll have the football at the Pittsburgh 45-yard line.
Yeah, dangerous kick to Jennifer King, former wide receiver, now turned defensive back. She certainly has the hands on that front line. Before we get started here, let me run you through some first half stats. Angela Baker, 8 for 13, 117 yards, 17 rushes, and 1 touchdown. Connor, 4 receptions, 72 yards, and a touchdown, and 4 tackles. Diamond Rodriguez, 5 tackles, and Hannah Damon, 4 tackles.
Our halftime stats brought to you by Super Donut, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. DC with possession to start the second half. They shift Gainey out wider right, and the run will come left, and sprinting around that left wing is Deja Scott. Scott picks up about 6.
It looks like it was number 79, Fatima Willis. Might have been in on the tackle there.
Spun down by Caitlin Niedermeyer.
And Caitlin Niedermeyer.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Lexi Fleur comes out wide right side now for DC. They have a flanker to the left. 2 tight ends. Congialdi. Chased. Lets it fly. Scott makes the catch at the 30. She's down to the 25, breaks the tackle, 20. Deja Scott on her way down the sideline. She stayed in bounds. That's a touchdown for the DC Divas. 40 yards on the pass completion and run after the catch.
Congialdi looking like she was in trouble there in the backfield, able to be patient in the pocket, wait for the delay play to form. Deja Scott out in the flat wide open. Then just does what she does best and runs the ball straight to the end zone.
Madeline Entwistle will attempt the extra point. Holding is Ashley Clark.
Madeline Entwistle is on to kick the point after. This one does not get over the crossbar. 18-7 the score remains with 14:08 to go here in the third period of play. Our third quarter, by the way, is brought to you by the YMCA of Greater Pittsburgh. Be active, be involved, belong. Tough start.
Very tough start for the Pittsburgh Passion and the Passion faithful, who braved the rain as the first half came to a close and looking to cheer on their black and gold as they take the field. They still have much to be excited about. You know, Angela Baker is no stranger to be able to try to lead this team to score quickly. In fact, she's the first player in Passion history to get 500 yards rushing, passing, receiving. Pretty impressive athlete back there.
Rodriguez and Malarski back deep.
Ed Wilsula is on to kick again from the 35-yard line as the skies have settled quite a bit. Just a little bit of a breeze blowing. No rain right now. A beautiful rainbow in the end zone behind the Passion. And now the ball bounces around, finally picked up by Rodriguez. She'll bring it over to the near side. Rodriguez trying to find a corner and can't do so, and she gets roughed up and put down by Ashley Clark. And Rodriguez might have been shaken up on the play.
And then late hit a second time by
First and 10 Passion
DC player.
from their own 19.
Looks like 27 Ashley Clark. The one to lay the second lick on her after she was already on the ground and popping back up. No flag on the play.
Well, the one shining spot for Pittsburgh so far is DC has missed all of its points after conversion attempts. So the score is 18-7. Pittsburgh still very much in this ballgame. Let's see if they can get the offense in gear here and push it downfield. Kia Foster will be in the backfield here in the third quarter of play. Swing pass right. Baker was in a hurry, had to toss it quickly, and it goes incomplete to Ellie Malarski. Angela Baker getting a lot of heat from that DC defense.
Well, you know, they smell blood when they're pinned back that far in their own territory. They're going to continue to bring the heat. Potentially force a turnover or a safety.
Jana Meister to the near side left. Out wide right is Malarski. Gozo's in the slot to the right side. Here's Baker. Hand off to Kia Foster. Foster trying to run a sweep and can't turn the corner there, and over on the far side, taken down by Jessica Johnson.
Wrestled down in the backfield by Jessica Johnson.
Jessica Johnson celebrating and swaggering after that hit
Loss of 4.
on Kia Foster.
Third down and 14.
Beautiful rainbow in the backdrop there, but that's all that we can point to in the beauty of this first drive of the Passion in the second half.
Yep, you're looking at that colorful rainbow, and we're watching black and gold a little bit closer to the surface. And the black and gold, we're trying to push them down the field. Here's Baker, play action. Lets one fly in traffic, and that one's going to be incomplete. And Jana Meisters, I think, has a case because Janiah Davis had her hand roped around her waist.
Yeah, I mean,
slowed her down a bit.
These defensive backs have been a little grabby this whole time, and our refs continue to let them get away with it. If I'm a Passion defensive back, I'm starting to play a similar way. If you kind of have set the line in the sand of what you're going to call, not going to call, I say let them loose.
Jana Meister is going to have to punt the football away from deep in Pittsburgh territory. She'll stand at around her 7-yard line to get the snap. This is going to be a short snap formation for her. She's trying to stay away from that end zone. She'll get it. And she gets away. A nice kick.
Oh,
but it takes a DC bounce. And the Passion end up downing it. Hannah Damon picked it up thinking maybe the DC player in front of her touched it, but that's not the case. Instead, Pittsburgh will down it, and DC will have just excellent field position deep in Pittsburgh territory at the 31-yard line, and now the defense really has to tighten its chin straps.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate draw there. Jana Meister gets her full leg underneath it. Beautiful punt in the air. It's just it landed in an awkward way that made it bounce backwards towards Passion territory, and DC Divas happy to take that bounce.
Amanda Collingialdi went to Penn State University. She's from Silver Spring, Maryland, right outside of Washington. Quick out, right side, catch made, Dana Blakey. And Blakey runs it down the sideline and gets tackled by Crystal Kozo, and Devin Connor also in to assist. But a nice completion, and they'll pick up about 8 on the pass play.
22 for a 9-yard gain, second down.
Second down and short for DC. Play fake. Congialdi throws. And that one's going to be caught out of the air. And another first down. Casey Hilliard making the grab, turning around and looking the ball in. Down inside the 10-yard line to the 9, where it's first down and goal for the Divas.
Ball is at the 9.
Casey Hilliard doing a good job finding space in the seam there.
Wilson and Blakely go to the left side this time. To the right comes Casey Hilliard. Double slot formation. Deja Scott, the single running back behind Amanda Congialdi. First down and goal. Congialdi fumbles the football and then covers it. Got there just in time. Pittsburgh with the onslaught coming that time. Just couldn't make it in time. Eleven and a half minutes to go here in the third period of play. DC with an 18-7 lead over Pittsburgh. Passion need to get a stop here. Second down and goal, this time from the 15. High snap, Congialdi. Damon chasing her, couldn't find her. Congialdi still galloping. Kozo hits her, knocks her forward, and she'll get all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Calls her own number and creates some space.
It'll be third down and goal to go from 3 yards out.
Tanisha Spencer at the 4. Make that the 3.
Tanisha Spencer helped Kozo on the bring down.
Third and goal.
You got to give Congialdi credit there. You know, she looks dead in the water. Looks to flush out a little bit. Is able to shed some of the Passion defenders that meet her in the backfield, and then unfortunately, as she's being met in traffic and contact, we're pushing her forward a little bit. But Tanisha Spencer saving the touchdown. Let's see what happens here.
Toss sweep. Scott almost broken up that time. Scott hung on somehow, some way, and Scott is going to be stacked up at the 3.
Deja Scott.
Great pursuit by Pittsburgh.
Looked like that might have been Morgan Cross or Fatima Willis, trying to see if that's a 78 or 79. Fatima Willis is the one who made the initial hit.
It's fourth and goal.
Fourth down and goal to go from the 4-yard line. And timeout is going to be called here. Let's see. It's the officials.
Seems like there's an equipment issue.
Yeah, they're going to chase Devin Connor.
Or Devin Connor.
All right, here it goes. Fourth down and goal to go from the 4. DC already up 11. Can Pittsburgh get the stop? Scott runs it. Scott reaches out. Scott's going to be shy of the goal line. She's down inside the 1. Pittsburgh gets the stop.
What an amazing stand there. Showing you the grit, the resilience, the toughness of this Passion squad. Backs against the wall, 4th and 1. Powerful run up the middle. Hannah Damon comes through again for the Pittsburgh Passion.
But now Pittsburgh has
The
90
ball
yards to work with.
all the way inside the 1 yard line, and the Passion are going to need some breathing room here. They're going to need to protect that rock with 9:13 to go in the third quarter of play, trailing 18-7. No room for error, literally, right now for Pittsburgh. And now Pittsburgh is shy a player. Randy Polinick rushes out into the offensive side. And now we're going to get a flag. Pittsburgh's going to get a delay of game penalty, it appears, and they do. It's going to be first down, and they're going to move the ball back a scotch.
So now first and 10.
There's not much more room to push it back.
10.5.
Baker, snap over her head, out of the end zone. Safety, DC.
Through the end zone for a safety.
That gives them 2 more points, and now they lead 20-7. And the weather just came into play again, didn't it, Jen?
It absolutely did.
Pittsburgh 7.
Slick ball, slick gloves on the hands. Bad mix.
And the worst thing about a safety is you've got to give up 2 points and you have to kick the ball back to your opponent. So Pittsburgh will give it back to DC right now. And
Who's carrying all the momentum in
Yep.
the second half thus far.
they truly are. So Pittsburgh will have a choice of a placement kick or a punt. It is a free kick. And let's see what they plan on doing. Looks like Jana Meister's going to come out and punt on the free kick. $9:13 to go here in the third. 20-7.
Tina Meister. Receiving will be Scott.
Passion a little confused over the line of scrimmage. It is the 20 on the free kick. Meister puts her foot into it, and that's a deep kick. It's going to take a Pittsburgh bounce. Finally picked up by Deja Scott at the 31. And Scott, the jitterbug, comes to the near side and is bumped out of bounds at the 42-yard line by Jana Meister, who punted that ball.
Yeah, but there was a big collision there with Whitney Sims, and the first Passion player to try to make contact with Deja Scott just got leveled.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Might have heard the crowd collective ooh on that one.
we've drawn the winning tickets. And in order to win the 50-50, you must have a yellow ticket. And the winning ticket is
DC breaks the huddle.
going to be announced after this play.
Wilson and Flora go left. Blakey comes to the near side along with Gainey. Option run. And it's away, and it's going to be picked up by Pittsburgh.
Congialdi trying to make the case that it was an incomplete pass. Not going to win that one.
Amanda Coles comes up with a football. That is her third fumble recovery of the season.
Came at a great time. Passion needs some infusion of life here.
Yellow ticket. The ticket is 363805.
Third quarter brought to you tonight by the YMCA of Greater Pittsburgh. Be active, be involved, belong. Amanda Cole. Cole's with a nose for the football, able to scoop up her third fumble recovery of the season, and now Pittsburgh has the ball back. And they have it at the 36-yard line in DC territory. Kozo flying in motion. Baker having trouble with a snap. Big rush. Angela turns it upfield. 30. Baker breaks away down to the 20-yard line. A 16-yard run by Angela Baker, and the Pittsburgh Passion get a first down. They're at the 20-yard line in the Silver Sports Silver Zone.
Angela Baker showing you why she's such a threat. Again, using those legs, using that field awareness to secure the first down for the Pittsburgh Passion. Momentum continuing to flow. Can they keep it going? We hope so.
Malarski and Kozo right. Meister and Connor left. Ariel Smith comes into play running back now. She's behind Angela Baker. Smith gets the handoff, and the ball comes squirting out there on a bad exchange, and Baker has to go down and cover it up. A 4-yard loss for Pittsburgh, but they protect the ball.
You know, very, very lucky there. You know, Ferragonio and Baker need to shore up those snaps is one thing, but these handoffs are another thing altogether. I mean, there's zero room for error there, especially with the pressure that's constantly coming up the front from the DC Divas line.
Clock turns, 7:48 to go, third period of play. The DC Divas 20, the Pittsburgh Passion 7. Remember, the first game of the season that these two teams played, Angela Baker was knocked out of that game after Pittsburgh had scored early.
She was, but they went into the half with a similar score in that game. And DC came out and never looked back.
Here's Kozo sprinting again to the right. Baker. Blitz pick up by Smith. Baker throws in traffic, and it goes incomplete. She was trying to find Devin Connor on a square out down inside the 10-yard line. Connor was covered well.
Look, was Tara Mason was the one who hit Baker as she threw. Baker showing her toughness, able to take a hard hit. As she's going down, she's trying to watch if that ball was caught or not, and you could see her disappointment as she realized it wasn't. Tough as nails out there.
Third down, 14 yards to go for Pittsburgh now. Weather situation has settled. Conditions are much drier than they were. The wind has died down. The temperature is dropping into the 70s right now. Pittsburgh is on the march. Connor comes in motion left this time. Baker being chased from the backside. Baker turns it upfield, 20, 15. Angela Baker takes a hit at the 12-yard line and goes down.
Brought down by number 10, Jessica Johnson, but not until she got all the way down to the 12. In our favorite spot, the Silver Sports Silver Zone, right? We like to see them there.
Keeping sports clean.
That brings up fourth down.
But right now, Jen, it's troublesome. Fourth down and 2 yards to go for Pittsburgh. Obviously, they're going to go for it. We know that. Let's see if they can come up clean.
They continue to send that blindside rush, that heat on Angela Baker.
Four receivers set. Ariel Smith stays in. She'll be the tailback behind Baker. Fourth down and 2. The ball is at the 12. Pittsburgh needs to get just to the 10-yard line.
Here comes the heat
Baker
again.
Throws it. Completed. First down and a penalty flag. Devin Connor makes the grab inside the 10-yard line. That's a Pittsburgh first down.
Great turn of events there for the Pittsburgh Passion. They needed this. They needed to continue to press on the Divas, score on this drive if they have any chance of winning this game.
Well, let's
see. Offensive pass interference is what they call on the field, I thought I heard.
Yeah, I think they're calling it on Jana Meister.
Reading Jana's body language, say you're correct.
Oh boy, that just wiped out a big, big play for Pittsburgh and pushes the ball all the way out to the 27-yard line.
Will repeat 4th down.
It's kind of interesting. So much defense, pass interference has been ignored in this game, but we're going to call
Ball is at the 27.
offensively.
The Passion need to get to the 10.
It is 4th down, almost 17 yards to go. And the Passion are going to see what they can do. Here's Baker. Hit and dropped. The sack made by Jasmine Claggett. And that will finish the series for Pittsburgh with 5:49 to go here in the third period of play. The DC Divas leading 20-7 over the Pittsburgh Passion, and one of the Divas is injured, so we'll take a timeout. You're watching the Pittsburgh Passion on Pittsburgh Passion TV. On that last play, and DC now has the football, 1st down and 10 from the 33-yard line. They lead Pittsburgh 20-7. DC's touchdowns came from Shaquandra Gainey, a 54-yard run. They got the scoring started not until 5:25 left in the second period of play. Devin Connor scored on a 69-yard pass from Angela Baker, making it 7-6 Pittsburgh. Passion's only lead. Then Lexi Floor caught a 28-yard strike from Amanda Congialdi. Deja Scott a 40-yard pass from Congialdi, and then a safety as the Passion snapped the ball out of the end zone. Congialdi winding up, throwing long. It hits the helmet of the intended receiver, Dana Blakey, and then flies further downfield, incomplete.
Batted into the air and incomplete. Defended by Rebecca Airgood.
Rebecca Airgood in on the coverage there. Very wild play.
2nd and 10.
Second down and 10. Congialdi this time sends it out near side, and Lexi Floor makes the grab and a nice run after the catch until Hannah Damon catches up with her and puts her down at the 42.
Kozo made a great effort. She took a risk, tried to jump the route, missed the ball, leaving the receiver wide open to get to the next level of defenders. But you got to take those chances.
Call this a game of inches, and it's another case in point.
Yep.
1st down and 10, DC. Floor goes left. Blakey comes over to the right side now. They switch. Congialdi has a lot of time. Throws downfield, the ball incomplete. And she had people downfield. Pittsburgh originally had pretty good coverage, but that time Wilson reached up and couldn't bring it down cleanly.
Yeah, the longer that play drags on, the harder it is to, stay shadows on those receivers, especially as they're equally athletic. She just had all day back there to pick and choose what she wanted to do.
2nd down and 10 for the Divas. Blakey adjusts in the left slot. Congialdi trying to call off the blitz. High snap, control, throws, incomplete. She threw it at the feet of Lexi Floor.
Congialdi feeling the pressure. Lets it off a little more loosely than she normally does.
Third down and 10 now for DC.
Correction, that was from Tina Pope, the intended receiver.
That ball was caught and then dropped on the hit.
That was an excellent strip while she makes contact from Rebecca Airgood. Great defensive play there.
And it's 4th down and 10.
Tremendous pass breakup by Airgood. That brings up 4th down and 10. The Divas with the ball at the Pittsburgh 42-yard line. They're going to go for it. No surprise.
No.
Big rush was on from Zabovic. Gangialdi runs away from it and picks up the first down on the opposite side of the field, and a gain of 12 to keep the drive alive down to the 31-yard line.
It's Caitlin Niedermeyer trying to chase her down.
First and 10 now for Washington, the DC Divas. Gangialdi taking her time before this snap. Play action. Rush is coming. Ianta was on the quarterback, breathing down her collar, but the pass thrown off the hands of Dana Blakey.
Diamond Rodriguez looked to be the defensive back in on that coverage.
Brings up another long situation for DC, 2nd down and 10. DC changing up personnel, getting people in late. Flora comes in, she's the tight end of the right side. Blakey is the flanker, she has to step off of the line. They have a double tight end set. Gangialdi with time, but the pocket breaks down and she'll be sacked.
Zianta on the play. Campbell on the play.
The birthday girl, Ashley Campbell.
Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
3rd down and long now for DC. Gangialdi almost surprised by the snap and throws it downfield. That ball is going to be caught, and here come the flags.
Gangialdi's pass is complete to Shaquanda Gainey.
Gainey made the catch and got twisted around, and I've got a feeling we're going to see a face mask call here, and we will.
It's just unfortunate. Zubo on her heels, unable to get to her before she releases that ball. Zubo's pursuit has just been relentless all game.
Well, DC is going to pick up the yardage, and they're going to tack 15 more on.
At the 12-yard line, first down. Correction, 14.
So now that gives them 1st down and 10 yards to go from the 14. They lead 20-7 over Pittsburgh with 2:33 to go in the 3rd. And again, the Passion need to come up big and get another stop down deep in their own territory. Quarterback will keep it. Gangialdi. Another flag comes down as Gangialdi able to break tackles and dance into the end zone from 14 yards away. but they're going to call this one back.
Scores for the Divas. Flag on the play.
Again, Zubo first in the backfield, but can't get to her. She just bounces her way through. Other Passion defenders who try to bring her down, spins off of them.
That touchdown will not count.
Lexi Floor called for a holding. That will bring the ball back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
First and 15.
Check that, they're going to move it back 5 to the 19-yard line. It's going to be first and 15 yards to go. Brought it back from the spot of the foul. Gialdi looking end zone. Another flag comes out. And here she comes again.
Judging by the body language of the Divas, it's on them. Holding on the wide receiver, I would assume, by the way she's reacting.
Appears to be a penalty against DC. Let's find out what they call.
Pittsburgh.
Well, it's against Pittsburgh for holding, defensive holding.
Maybe the body language I was reading was her trying to call, like, what the heck? Why aren't you throwing the flag? Can't be making foolish mistakes at this point in the game.
Due to the 10-yard penalty from the spot.
So Pittsburgh is backed up to its 7-yard line. That's the Divas' line of scrimmage now. First down in less than 4. High snap, it gets over the head of the Wildcat quarterback this time.
The snap over the head of Cortina Pope.
It was Cortina Pope who was lined up in the Wildcat formation, and the snap went way over her head. And the ball will be spotted all the way back to the 25-yard line, where it's going to be second down and 20. A minute 30 to go here in the third period of play. Brought to you tonight by the YMCA of Greater Pittsburgh. Be active, be involved, belong. Gialdi back in it. The shotgun snap. There's Remy Olenzak, the former Passion, in motion across the center. And the ball comes out. The ball comes out, and the Passion appear to have it. And they do.
Ball hit the carpet for a second time in 2 plays. This time the Passion, not to be denied, come up with it in a much needed time. Critical turnover.
Not sure who came up with the fumble recovery, but Pittsburgh has the ball back and they shut down DC. Pittsburgh down 13 points in this game with 1:09 to go here in the third period of play. And they're crediting Fatima Willis with the recovery.
Now Passion not able to do anything with the last turnover DC had in this quarter. See if this can be different.
Pittsburgh hoping for a big play to break this one open a little bit. Here's Baker, high snap, backward pitch, Kozo. Coming through the backfield, and Kozo is swatted down. Ashley Clark and Jessica Johnson in on the coverage. I know what Pittsburgh's trying to do here, Jen. They're trying to get the ball into the hands of the people that can make things happen, and unfortunately they haven't been able to spring anybody, and DC's been on them.
exactly right, Chris. That's why they're trying to get in the hands of Kozo. Unfortunately, we're running a little tentatively, running a little cautious. She's got the jets. She can just turn them on to the outside.
Here's Baker. She'll chuck it downfield. That ball is caught in traffic that time by Jana Meister. Or check that, Malarski, my mistake. Ellie Malarski making the catch on the far side of play at the 32-yard line. And that's going to end the third period of play here in Imperial tonight. With Jennifer Cairns, I'm Chris Shovlin. After 3 quarters, it's the DC Divas 20 and the Pittsburgh Passion 7 here on Pittsburgh Passion TV.
And one more time, the Pittsburgh Passion would like to thank some of its lengthy sponsors throughout the 2019 campaign, including Silver Sports, keeping sports clean, UPMC Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, Super Donuts, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat, Aid Nation, maximum absorption for super hydration, Post-Acute Medical, providing high-quality post-acute healthcare services, and In Motion Bodyworks, the official massage therapist of the Pittsburgh Passion.
Getting set to start the fourth period of play here in Imperial tonight. And the fourth quarter of Pittsburgh Passion football is brought to you by Post-Acute Medical, providing high-quality post-acute healthcare services. Passion down 2 scores. Angela Baker with a late toss, gets it out there, and the run is on. First down, Pittsburgh. And a big play for the Passion to break out to the 41-yard line. Kia Foster on that run, taking that pitch on the first play of the fourth period.
Baker being chased down from behind and nearly caught by Whitney Sims before she could make that pitch.
Payne checks back in for Pittsburgh now. She'll work in the slot to the right side along with Kozo. First down and 10. Foster again running the football. Kia Foster strung out in the backfield, wrapped up, tossed down by Ashley Clark.
Foster tried to throw the stiff arm and Ashley Clark. Ashley Clark took that stiff arm and was able to fight through it and take her down.
Loss of 6, second and long.
It's going to be a 6-yard loss for Pittsburgh, and that'll drop the football back to the 35-yard line, just inside the 35. They have to get to the DC 49-yard line for a first down. Malarski comes to the right side. Meister with 2 slot receivers with her on the left. Angela Baker in the pistol. She's been under the eyeballs of the DC Divas all night long, under a lot of pressure. And again, the snap goes awry, but the throw is caught by Malarski, and Malarski is downfield for a big first down for Pittsburgh on a broken play.
Malarski is unfortunate that she just couldn't take that one step to the side, because then number 10, Jessica Johnson, would not have had a shot. But what an amazing play by Angela Baker on a muffed snap, able to get it off to Malarski, and then Malarski able to shed the first defensive player to make a first down for the Pittsburgh Passion. Much needed first down.
Jessica Johnson made the stop, but not until Malarski went 22 yards with the reception. Still a lot of time in this ball game. The Passion down 13 points. They can come back though. 12:39 to go in the game. We've seen them do it. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Baker. Play fake. Baker throws. And this one is roped downfield at the 30-yard line. It's caught by Crystal Kozo.
Heck of a catch. First in her hands, out of her hands. She's got a defender on her back, able to rope it in. Personal foul against the DC Divas.
Wow. So a 12-yard reception by Kozo on the Baker pass. Baker, the quarterback, was rough, so add 15 more on top of it. And Pittsburgh finds itself in the Silver Sports Silver Zone. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line.
First time they've hit the Silver Sports Silver Zone in this half.
Ball is 15 yards away from Pater.
Baker breaks the huddle, sends Meister to the left side, Malarski to the right. Kozo and Payne are in the slot. Here comes Crystal Kozo at the back of the set, moving in motion left. High snap, Baker controls, flag flies. They're going end zone, but this one's intercepted by Jessica Johnson at around the 4-yard line. Let's see what the flag is all about, though.
Flag before the snap.
It's a motion penalty against Pittsburgh, so DC will naturally decline the penalty and keep the interception. They'll have the ball at their own 5-yard line, and that shuts down the Pittsburgh drive with 11:39 left here in the 4th period of play. This 4th quarter brought to you by Post-Acute Medical, providing high-quality post-acute health care services. Tough break, Jennifer.
Very tough. I mean, Pittsburgh's been handing a couple things here. 2 turnovers in the 3rd quarter, a steep penalty piggybacked on a great catch by Crystal Kozo, and still can't find the end zone. It's just not working for them in this second half.
Now the defense has to try to dig in and see if they can pin DC back. Congialdi gets the snap, and they're going to sweep it to the right side. And the run play goes to Lexi Floor, and she'll take it out of bounds. Devin Connor was in coverage that time. Floor able to advance the ball out near the 10-yard line for about a 5-yard pickup.
Second down.
Second down, a little more than 5 to go for DC. They're going to sweep it left this time. And it's Floor again. And this time, Rebecca Airgood was over along with Diamond Rodriguez. And they cut her down for a yard loss.
They did, and the way she got hit by Airgood coming in, it didn't look good on the legs, so I'm not surprised to see her walking a little gingerly back to the huddle.
Loss of about 2. Third down.
Floor goes to the right side this time. Gainey is to the left. Cortina Pope in at running back. Off the right shoulder of Amanda Congialdi. Congialdi gets the snap. Flags fly. Whistles blow. They'll knock this play dead, the officials will.
Flag down.
False start is called.
Third and 10 from the 5.
Spot of the football will be the 5-yard line. It makes it 3rd down and 10 now for DC. 10:15 to play in the ball game. 20 to 7. Pittsburgh is trailing, and they're trying to pin DC back deep and trying to get a break here in this game in this second half. Here's Congialdi from the end zone, throwing out far right side. It's complete to Wilson. And Wilson steps out of bounds after picking up the first down and picking up 12 yards.
She's out of bounds at the 17. It's enough for a Divas first down.
That's exactly what Pittsburgh could not afford to have had happen. Clock spinning with 9:40 to go in the game. Congialdi blocking breaks down, but she throws one down deep. Gainey makes the catch, and Gainey is tackled at the 50-yard line by Airgood. And we get a flag down as well. Well, this one's coming back, Jennifer.
That's on 81. I mean, you saw her do it. She laid her shoulder into, I didn't see the black jersey, but I saw her strutting after she did it. 81, Casey Hilliard, surprised that she's getting called for that, but it was dirty pool.
So instead of having the ball out at the 50, DC will walk backwards. Mark at half the distance from the original line of scrimmage, and that'll put the ball back inside the 8-yard
line. First and 19.
Well, the clock is starting to become an ally of DC. 9:22 left in the game. Here's Congialdi throwing to Wilson, and that one is going to be broken up.
Airgood
a little bit behind her.
Right, she threw it behind her. Airgood in position to maybe come up with it, but don't think she was able to see it behind the big body of Katrina Wilson.
Second down and long.
Second down and long now for DC. They've got to go 19 yards to hit the front end of the sticks. .909 left in the fourth period of play. Congialdi back near the end zone. Escapes! And she's pounded down at the 17-yard line.
Spins out of trouble. Brought down at the 20, make that the 17-yard line.
Where she was brought down is about the original line of scrimmage. So now we're looking at third down and 10 yards to go. Campbell making the stop on her that time. Getting closer to the 8-minute mark of time remaining in the game. Congialdi, play fake, throw downfield, and it broken up by Airgood. And almost picked, and I think her vision was blocked on that one, Jennifer.
It was blocked again. Again, Katrina Wilson is a big girl out there, and they're bringing their big bodies over to match up against Airgood and Diamond Rodriguez. And that time, Airgood just went through her hands. You could see the disappointment in her body language, knowing that if she comes down with that, she has a real chance for a pick six. But hey, we'll take a turnover on downs.
Tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by Post-Acute Medical, providing high-quality post-acute healthcare services. Clark has had her ups and downs punting tonight. She's deep in her own territory now.
She's always flanked by some, cavalry there.
This time she gets a deep spiral downfield to Malarski, who muffs it. And Malarski's going to start back on the return. Ellie Malarski popped out of bounds on the far side near the 37-yard line.
Malarski, though, did a heck of a job. First, refielding that ball after she bobbles it a bit, turning straight upfield instead of running east and west. Picking up some very nice yards after the catch. DC again showing their true colors of unsportsmanlike. on their sideline, jumping on top of her, coaches included, when she's on the sideline instead of getting her up and back onto the field.
Pittsburgh's only defeat this year came to the DC Divas on the road down in the Washington metro area. Pittsburgh trying to answer the call here tonight, but they're down 13. Still a lot of time to go. 8:05 left in the game. Angela Baker and the Pittsburgh offense back out on the field. Devin Connor sliding in motion to the right side. Baker throws downfield over the middle to Kozo and throws behind her and off her fingertips, incomplete. Closest player to the ball, Ashley Clark. And coverage that time by Jessica Johnson.
Second down and 10.
Second and 10 for Pittsburgh. Ball sitting at the DC 37. Jana Meister to the left, Malarski to the right. Slot receivers, Kozo and Connor both to the right side. Baker. Smith blocking for her, throws it downfield, off target this time for Crystal Kozo, who is covered from behind step for step by Ashley Clark.
Angela Baker trying to make something happen here. Just a ball that got away from her.
Less than 8 minutes remain. Third down, 10. Smith in it, running back behind Angela Baker in the pistol. DC bringing heat up the middle. And Baker can't escape.
Angela Baker is sacked in the backfield. By Tara Mason and Mara Lockard.
Lockard and Mason leading the way for DC that time. And Pittsburgh now is looking at fourth down and about 15 or 16 yards to go. Angela Baker hasn't had a lot of room with which to work, and she hasn't had a lot of time tonight.
She has not. There's been lots of pressure up front from behind. She has just been trying to escape all night long.
Pittsburgh looking at another fourth down play. Play action. Angela steps up. There's Kozo downfield. The ball a little bit short as Kozo tried to adjust. It's incomplete. But a flag comes out. Ashley Clark in coverage. And she and Kozo were hand fighting the whole way down the line.
Yeah, but Ashley Clark cannot say, okay, I just put my hands in the air. That's clearly face guarding. You're not even turning around to try to defend against the ball and then acting surprised that you get a yellow flag. It's a well-deserved yellow flag and yardage for the Pittsburgh Passion.
That gives the Pittsburgh Passion a free first down.
Pittsburgh gets the first down. Ball sitting at the 27-yard line between the two hashes. Now the black and gold step up to the line of scrimmage with a fresh set of downs and 6:40 remaining in the game, down 13 points. Three receivers to the left for Baker now. She's looking left. She's throwing left. And a bobbled ball, but it is brought down. A complete catch by Crystal Kozo.
You know, we've been in this place before where they've had penalties gone their way, where they get some first down yardage, and let's see if they can actually do something with it this time. They're moving the chains again, so hopefully the momentum is swinging to the Passion side.
Juggled catch that time. Crystal Kozo secured it. Gain 10. First down Pittsburgh Now the Passion in the Silver Sports Silver Zone. Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the 17-yard line, 6:03 to go in the game. It's the DC Divas 20 and the Pittsburgh Passion 7. Extra protection in the backfield now for Baker. It's a draw play to Kia Foster and a crossbuck. Foster breaks loose, runs down inside the 5-yard line and is tackled at the 4 by Jessica Jensen.
Excellent execution and deception by Angela Baker there. Looking as though she's going to roll out opposite side, showing pass, pivoting to give the late draw, an option to Kia Foster, who then just barrels down close to the end zone.
Fantastic misdirection play by Pittsburgh. They push the ball inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st down and goal to go. Clock spins, 5:26 to go. Baker steps them up to the line. She's in the pistol with Foster behind her. Angela's going to run the ball. She'll turn the corner. She's in for the Pittsburgh touchdown with 5:09 left in the ball game. And the Passion are back to within a TD.
Angela Baker calling her own number, not to be denied, saying not this time, we're too close, we're still in this. Breathing life into her team. The game is not over yet.
Angela Baker on the ground from 4.5 yards away. And it's 20-13. DC still in the lead. Frankie Kilmer is on to kick the point after with Devin Connor the holder. Here's the snap, the placement, the kick is on its way. Kilmer bangs it tall and good. It's a 6-point game. That last drive, it looked like Pittsburgh had their super donuts for breakfast this morning.
It looks like they did, yes.
Number 1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. Run up by Kilmer. Long banging kick, it gets through the legs of Shaquandra Gainey. She has to go back to the 10-yard line to get it. It's a game of field position, and Gainey on the return is spun down at the 21-yard line. A great kick by Kilmer, misplayed by Gainey, and then she gets a decent return.
We said Kilmer was going to play a big role in this game, and so far she has. She's been at her best. 2 for 2 on point after attempts. A heck of a kick there, just what they needed. Now it's the defense's time to step up, give the ball back to that high-powered offense so they can score one last time before that clock hits 0.
Jennifer Bova makes the tackle on special teams to keep DC pinned back. They have the ball at their 21-yard line. Now the defense needs to step up, as Jennifer just said. 4:58 left. Game on the line. It's a 6-point game. Congialdi gives off, and it's a run play. And it'll be Deja Scott still on her feet. And Deja Scott finds the sideline and gets chucked out of bounds over on that far side of play by Tanisha Spencer.
Quite unbelievable how she got there. It's like she was a cat that had 9 lives. Her number was called a couple of times with black jerseys that should have come down with that tackle, but she's one heck of an athlete. and she's going to make them work for it. So they just need to buckle down.
First down and 10 DC. Ball at the 38-yard line. 4.5 left. Bobbled snap. Congialdi on a broken play is going to run. Congialdi makes a nice cut in at the 40 and slides up to the 42-yard line on a hit. Caitlin Niedermeyer was there. And Tanisha Spencer once again for Pittsburgh.
Tackled by Caitlin Niedermeyer. It's 2nd and 6.
Pick up of 4 yards for DC. Second down and 6 for the Divas with 4:01 to go and the clock spinning. Congialdi calls for the snap. Play action. Zubovic almost had her, and she got out of the outstretched arms of her and then turned it upfield, but gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe picks up one.
Bumped down by Hannah Damon.
Zubo again, just, centimeters away from getting that sack.
And 5.
She's due, it's coming.
Third down and 5. Clock down to 3:17 and running. We're in the 4th period of play. Pittsburgh trailing by 6. Fans in the stands, they've come back after the halftime rainstorm. And the chant of defense sounds familiar in Pittsburgh, but now movement on the line, flags fly as Deja Scott has the ball and is trying to turn the corner. She'll have the first down and a hard tack down after she passes that front end of the stick, but again, flags.
Yeah, you saw the black jersey fall across the line. I don't think they were drawn.
Defense, offside, is defined, is on the play, first down.
DC will decline the penalty against Pittsburgh for encroachment.
Deja Scott gets that first down, but she just gets ragdoll tackled at the end of that play.
Clock ticking away. We're down to 2:45 left in the game. It's DC 20, Pittsburgh 14. Passion need a big break here. Need to get a turnover. Congialdi sends it out to the right side of the floor. She makes the catch, slips a tackle, and gets another DC first down.
Whips the pass to Lexi Floor. Steps out after being wrapped down by Kaylee Bowden.
It's bowled by DC. You would think would just continue to run the clock and drain it, but they're always known to play aggressive.
Jan Pittsburgh calls a timeout to stop the clock with 2:20 to go in the ball game. Trailing 20-14 to the DC Divas. We'll take this timeout. You're watching Pittsburgh Passion TV. After the Pittsburgh timeout, the Divas come off the sideline. They're ready to go. They're leading 20-14. Amanda Congialdi has done a great job tonight at quarterback. Under heat, no, and she's going to be hit and ducked. A great rush and shot by Juju Ayata.
Juju getting it done. Congialdi didn't know what hit her.
8-yard loss. It's 2nd and long.
A loss of 8 yards on the sack by Ayanta. And Washington, the DC Divas, pushed back to the Pittsburgh 46-yard line. And another timeout has been taken by Pittsburgh to stop the clock with 1:54 to go in the game. DC 20, Pittsburgh 14. You're watching the Pittsburgh Passion. All right, during the timeout, the officials asked that the clock be reset to show 1:59 seconds remain. And that's where it is right now. Juju Ayanta of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, one of the great contingent of Slippery Rock University players that the Passion have had down through the years, getting a big sack.
Huge play. Amazing to watch, fun to watch.
It is second down at 18 for DC. Ball at the Pittsburgh 46. Passion bringing heat up the middle again, and Congialdi is going to be hit and spun around and dragged down, and the ball comes out as well. Amanda Coles this time got her and roped her around. Amanda Coles from Wellsville, Ohio with a big sack here. And Pittsburgh again calls for a timeout with 1:43 remaining in the fourth period of play, trailing by 6. Can it get any better than this defensively?
They cannot. Back-to-back sacks, unrelenting pressure. These girls want a chance to get that ball back in their hands to put points on the board.
You got this, Panther.
Here we go. DC will try it again. It is 3rd down and 28 now for the team from the nation's capital. DC with the ball at its own 43-yard line and moving backwards. Back-to-back sacks by the Passion. Now a run play, and here comes Coles again, deep into the backfield to put a hit on the running back.
Coles just sniffing it out again. It is fantastic to see the aggressiveness, the energy that the defense is playing with right now.
Clock is running though, 1:21 to go. And DC is not in a hurry to punt. Clock continues to spin.
I hear the Passion faithful calling for timeout. They don't realize that the Passion have spent all 3 of their timeouts.
And now we're going to get a flag and a delay of game penalty called against DC. They had let as much time expire as they could, and now they're going to be penalized 5 yards. It really doesn't mean much, but what it does is give Pittsburgh a quasi timeout. The clock is stopped right now with 59 ticks left. Now remember, Pittsburgh does indeed get the ball back on what appears to be a DC punt. Pittsburgh will not have a timeout to utilize, but they'll have to move the offense downfield. They'll have to use the sideline. Here's the punt. And the return is on. Diamond Rodriguez.
Get out of bounds, get out of bounds.
Steps out of bounds on the 42-yard line with 48 seconds left.
She got some coaching from the sideline there. It was a little bit dicey as she started to juke and move around DC defenders, and then it looked like she was going to be gang tackled in the middle, and you hear the sideline yelling to her, get out of bounds, get out of bounds. Exactly what she does to preserve the clock.
Ball is sitting outside the 43-yard line. It is 1st down and 10. It may as well be 1st down and goal at this point with 48 seconds left. Listen to the crowd.
You gotta know Baker's looking for Kozo, and they know it too.
Meister and Connor to the left. Crystal Kozo, the woman you just mentioned, is in the slot to the right with Ellie Malarski, the wideout, and now DC elects to call timeout. So the Divas have not used a timeout in the second half. That's the first one that they've expended. They decided to regroup and get their defense on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, this is huge for them. I mean, they did everything they could to stall when the ball was in their control. Now they know that this Passion offense has got the capability to score within 48 seconds. They want to make sure that they are game ready for whatever the Passion is about to throw at them.
A touchdown will tie the game. A touchdown and an extra point will win it. 48 seconds left. Pittsburgh has only had one lead here tonight. That was after DC scored the opening touchdown on a 54-yard run by Shaquanda Gainey. Pittsburgh answered with the Devin Connor 69-yard pass play from Angela Baker, and they got the extra point. Frankie Kilmer kicked it after DC missed after the first score. That was the only lead by Pittsburgh tonight. Here's Angela Baker. Looking. Running. Angela Baker takes off!
Oh, get out of bounds.
And she cannot get out of bounds. She'll be tackled at the 31-yard line with 37 seconds left, and she's got to get her team into formation and spike the ball. Up.
Not going to.
The clock is going to continue running after it was stopped for just a second for the officials to get the chains moved. Now Baker will throw downfield, looking for Koza, but it's going to be intercepted. Jumping the route, stepping in front of the ball is Ashley Clark, but there's a penalty flag down. Clock stopped with 22 seconds left.
Ashley Clark with the INT. We have a hold.
Holding against Ashley Clark, the penalty. And there was a question whether or not she actually intercepted that ball or trapped it too, Jen.
Yeah, I mean, I think bird's eye view up here, everyone thought she trapped it, but it doesn't matter whether she did or not. There was a hold.
Now, twos are crazy. Twos are wild. 22s in particular. The ball is at the 22, and there are 22 seconds left. It's a 20-14 DC lead. Pittsburgh with the ball. Pittsburgh needing a minor football miracle here. Blitz is coming. Baker knows it. Bumbles the snap. Steps up. Throws down the left side. Caught! Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The game is tied at 20-all.
We told you they could do it, and they did. They can score in 22 seconds. They didn't even need 22 seconds. What a turn of events. And now we need Frankie Kilmer more than ever. We told you from the beginning she needed to be at her best. She could be pitch perfect here.
DC calls the timeout before the point after with 16 seconds left in the ball game. Angela Baker throwing to Devin Connor for the touchdown to tie the game up at 20-all. And Jen, right now what DC is doing, they're trying to freeze Frankie Kilmer before she gets a chance to kick the point.
You know it's a smart move, but Frankie Kilmer has been playing lights out all night. She just needs to make one more right here.
Could Devin Connor have been any more wide open on that play?
Devin Connor did an absolute great job creating separation, and then the focus to pull that ball in such a pressure-filled play.
Here's Kilmer. The place gets quiet. She puts the kick up into the air. It is good! And the Passion take the lead for only the second time tonight. They're up 21-20, but keep in mind, we still have 16 seconds left in regulation.
We have 16 seconds, just like the Pittsburgh Passion offense can score in less than 22. The DC Divas have proven here tonight and time again that they're quite capable of doing the same thing. Cooler heads are going to prevail here, and this special teams kick return unit cannot let this high emotion get the better of them. They've got to simmer down, focus up. Take care of business.
Pittsburgh with a 21-14 advantage, 16 seconds left in the game. Frankie Kilmer will kick off. One thing Pittsburgh can't afford to do is put the ball into the hands of some of those dangerous return people they have at DC. Kilmer loops one downfield. It will bounce to the near sideline. And it was touched by DC. And Gainey jumps on top of it and protects it. And now we're down to 14 seconds left. And we have already witnessed how dangerous Amanda Congialdi can be with a football.
Especially, she's been able to capitalize on those size mismatches all night long. So I would expect to see Kentrina Wilson come out over here against Rebecca Airgood and Diamond Rodriguez. They're not. They're going to flank her out to Kozo's side.
Instead, Casey Hilliard will be to the left. Congialdi with a crowd screaming at her. Getting ready to snap the ball. Sends Deja Scott out of the backfield. Congialdi steps up. She's going to be hit! Somehow she breaks loose. She's chased all the way back to the 15. And now winds up and throws downfield. Is caught by Wilson. And Wilson is going to break away.
Blocking the back.
Touchdown, DC, with no time left. Unbelievable. Amanda Congialdi was chased all the way back to the 15-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 35, and she wound up and threw the ball all her might. Katrina Wilson caught it in her pocket and took off and went the rest of the way. DC wins 26-21. An unbelievable finish here in Pittsburgh tonight, Jen.
Unbelievable finish, and I believe I saw a block in the back of Rebecca Airgood there as soon as Kentrina Wilson started to go by her. But, a lot going on. The officials don't necessarily spot that, but, this is what we expected that the game would turn out to be between teams like this who are equally talented, who have a long history with one another. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh Passion just could not come out with it tonight.
A 65-yard touchdown, a play that covered almost the entire field turf surface here at DiMichela Stadium tonight, as Congialdi was chased so far deep in her backfield, and it almost appeared that she was going to be sacked and they had held her up, but somehow she broke loose. But she ran all the way back to the 15 and then came to the near side of the field and just set one as powerfully as she could downfield. And Katrina Wilson was standing there waiting for the ball to land right in her hip pocket.
Yeah, you can't expect your defensive backs to hold on that tightly. And, it looked like she had a swarm of black jerseys around her and that her forward momentum had been stopped. Then all of a sudden her white jersey starts popping out the other way, moving. Pittsburgh had its chances right there to end that game by taking her down. She's a tremendous athlete. She was able to break free. She made something out of nothing, and this game ended on a wild play.
I guess we could say two wild plays.
Two wild plays.
Two prayers.
Unreal.
And that'll do it here as far as our game coverage is concerned tonight. Wow, the crowd is just shocked. The DC people can't even believe it, but they won it at the gun. Final score, the DC Divas 26 and the Pittsburgh Passion 21 here on Pittsburgh Passion TV. I don't know if I can put any more words to what we just saw here tonight, but the DC Divas come back with no time remaining to defeat the Pittsburgh Passion. We are here in the Captain's Corner tonight in our press box here above Joe P. DiMichela Stadium. It's brought to you by Sister Support, a nonprofit organization committed to the advancement of women through community, connection, and sisterhood. And Frankie Kilmer is here in the press box with us in our postgame show tonight. First, Frankie, I have to ask you, have you ever been a part of any sporting event or seen any game like this in your entire life?
No, I haven't. I hardly even watched football before I came to Passion, so I'm not super versed in the football world. But, yeah, this is a crazy game. Props to DC for still getting that pass off. It was an incredible pass. They have a lot of talent, a lot of hard work, and props to us for putting up such a good fight. We just really showed up. We did what we had to do, and it's a tough loss, but it'll just make us stronger.
Jennifer, I have to ask you the same question. Have you ever seen anything like this in your life?
I have not, but it's an exciting ride. It's those fun games, those hard-fought battles that you want to watch between two solidly matched teams.
Yeah, for sure. I have to go back with 16 seconds left in the ball game. It was an unbelievable turn of events. Pittsburgh kept sacking the quarterback, Kanji Aldi, for DC, and sacking and pushing her back, and finally they end up with the ball, and Devin Connor comes up with a big touchdown a catch from Angela Baker, and she was so wide open on that play from 22 yards out. But really what I want to talk to you about is that powerful, booming extra point kick that gave Pittsburgh the lead with 16 seconds left.
Yeah. To me, it was just like another kick. I mean, that's kind of what I'm here for. That's my job, is to show up. It's to kick in those hard moments. It's to keep level-headed, not let them get in my heads. I mean, when they called that timeout, I knew what they were trying to do. I knew they were trying to mess me up, mess up my footing, and I was like, you're not going to. This is my job. This is what I'm here for, and I'm going to do my job. I'm going to get it done. So it was a little bit of pressure, but I didn't really feel that much because, yeah, as I said, I was just there to get my job done. Yeah.
Yep, she got her job done, too.
She did, and at the beginning of the game, Chris asked me what's the keys to victory tonight, and I said it's special teams. And I said Frankie Kilmore is going to have to be at her best with those point-after attempts, and you were. So what did you feel on that field? Because it's one thing to say, okay, they're going to try to ice me. They're not going to do it. I'm just going to boot it through the uprights. But the crowd's response, those are moments that athletes hold with them forever. What did that personally mean to you?
Yeah, that is probably one of the highlights so far of my rookie year. I mean, I've never been a part of something like this. I've never had the opportunity to, and being out there, and the first person that was right next to me was Devin, and she just jumped at me. She I could see the whole team swarming at me, and as much as we love our fans, I love my team too, and it was amazing just to hear all the fans screaming and going on, and the excitement in the bleachers, and just being a part of that was really, really great. And I think right before the kick too, it was, as I said, I just felt like I was getting my job done, but I was confident, and that was something that we worked on a lot in practice, just your confidence. And I knew I could make this. I knew this was just another typical field goal, and I knew that nothing they did was going to change that. That I was confident in my abilities, which is really props to our coaches.
Yeah, and let's say this about Devin too. She not only caught the touchdown pass, but she was the holder on your extra point attempt. So we have to give her some props there. And then all of a sudden, 16 seconds left. You guys end up kicking off, and DC moves the ball downfield. An unbelievable play by Amanda Congialdi. She was chased all the way back to the 15-yard line, ran back upfield, let the ball fly, and Katrina Wilson was standing there just waiting for it to land, and she took off and ran to the house from 65 yards away.
Yeah, that was definitely a really, really hard moment for us, I think. You just come off of this great high of you just had a great kick. You're on the field. You've got a great kickoff that goes pretty far. They don't get a ton of yardage with it, and you come out again and you're ready to hold them. And we were there. We were right on that QB. Props to their QB. That was a lot of pressure on her, and she was still able to make an incredible throw right down the field. So, It's very hard and it's very disappointing, but it also shows that we are perfectly capable of doing what we have to do, and we're perfectly capable of standing together as a team, coming back, making those comebacks, staying put together even when things are in our favor. And it's a really good growing experience for us.
Well, and we're always blessed to hold the Pittsburgh Passion players out as role models, and you showed it on the field, but you also showed it the grace in defeat. So why don't you talk to us about what was being said in the huddle as you go through the Passion Creed, and then what was that exchange in the middle of the field with the DC Divas, which takes a lot of dignity and takes a lot of class to do that after such a hard-fought loss.
Yeah, so we kind of just recapped a little bit in our own huddle of just we remembered the last time we played DC and the score of that game and how much we've improved since that game. It's incredible that we've improved that much in just the short couple weeks. We played them week 2, and we're the last week before playoffs here, and we've improved so much. So that was really encouraging, and we just had to acknowledge the fact too that this DC is one of the top teams in the league, and we held our own against them, and that's also really encouraging to know that they are good competition. They're good football. That's what we came here for. That's why we play. We don't play for the games that we can just blow out because we don't learn anything of that. This is such a big learning opportunity for our team, just to really be confident in our abilities and also remember that it's okay to fall because it just will make us stronger. Sure. And in the center huddle, we were kind of talking a little bit more about just about women's football and how it's like how amazing it is that two teams can come together that don't really know each other, aren't really that much friends, but can just have the good bond, and how this is always such a good game. DC brings a lot of competition to us, and it's always a really, really great learning experience for us, and we hope that it's a good learning experience for them too, that we push them and we make them do new plays and we make them run differently, because we're a strong defense and they're a strong offense, and vice versa as well. Their defense makes our offense stronger, and we hope that we can always do the same.
Well, Jennifer, I know you've been watching football for a while. I've been watching it for a long, long time compared to you, and I have never seen a finish like this one tonight. It was thrilling on both sides of the football. A tough end, a tough game and defeat to swallow here tonight as Washington wins it at the gun after Pittsburgh takes a 1-point lead. But still a couple of games left for the Passion. They have to play Detroit and then Toledo in the next 2 weeks. Both of those games are on the road.
Yeah, and I would say, they're looking fairly dangerous, and all this is going to do is fuel the fire even more. I think Detroit and Toledo are games that they should win and will win, and then they will be stronger and poised better than ever to move through the playoffs.
Absolutely. Frankie, thank you for joining us tonight. Again, great game.
Thank you.
Just wish it would have gone Pittsburgh's way. It did not. DC wins it by a final score of 26-21. And we want to thank you for joining us tonight once again with Jennifer Cairns, former Passion star, current Passion star Frankie Kilmer, our post-game guest. I'm Chris Shublin. Thank you so much. Keep in touch with the Passion on their website, pittsburghpassion.com, to follow all the action in the next couple of weeks.